have never seen someone on reality TV that I hate so much than Jason and Janet. Like this reunion part two made me hate these persons more than I even hated them in part one of the reunion. And Jason, you're a punk. You are a punk, and oh boy. So I don't know what your guys' thought process were on this actual reunion, but for me, I did not necessarily feel good watching it. It's it's a thing that kills reality TV when these persons are plotting on persons for another season. Like, what is wrong with just sharing your story and let your story be entertaining? Why do we need to be plotting and taking down persons or going off of somebody for a season? It just makes no sense to me. And to hear that Jax pretty much before season aired, he felt that they were protected and he did not like the edit they got. And they basically decided that they will be taking down Danny this season because of what happened the previous season. It just shows you that these persons are so far gone in reality space that they are losing the whole idea of what they are there for. You guys are not producers. You guys are not executives or even a part of the network in terms of who makes the changes on these shows. I hate when talents try to self-produce or produce a moment on TV, and it just shows to us as the audience that you really take us for fools for us to sit and watch you guys do stuff what is uncalled for. And that is how I felt watching this part of the reunion where first of all Jason looked like he was unready for whatever moment to say what he needs to say. And your wake ass defense that you are trying to have of Janet, I did not feel any remorse. I don't know what show is it that you're watching, but you're saying that you pretty much watched the show and you're not seeing what other persons are seeing when it comes on to Janet. You have Jesse who's sitting right next to her saying that prior to filming the show, Janet was very cool and funny and everything. Now he himself watched the show and he can see what persons are saying when it comes on to Janet. And for you, Jason, I understand it's your wife and you want to be in defense of your wife, but at some point, you look stupid trying to defend something that is literally not there. So it's either she's going to own up to the fact that she's on TV and she's trying to make good TV and she's trying to push stories along and whatever it is, then that's okay. Doesn't really excuse her shitty ass behavior, but at least you're owning the fact that you're pretty much doing all of this for TV. But for you to sit and act all naive and oblivious to what persons are saying just really gets under my skin. And each time they keep panning the camera, I don't know why they keep doing it. They keep panning the camera, showing the both of them facial expression. And it's just to me, why? Why? What is the reason? We didn't ask for this. She was already insufferable season one. We didn't ask for her to kick it up a notch for season two. God knows who knows how she's going to behave in season three. I honestly, at this point, I am tired of Janet and Jason on my screen. I wish they were also leaving the show. And maybe then we'll really have a show to go with. Because we no longer have Jax. I prefer not having Jason or Janet. Because I don't see the reason why do we have these persons on our screen, especially someone like Jason, where he was basically comfortable to watch in season one. I don't know what battery pack he got in his back for season two, but I don't like it unless he's just showing his true colors. But it's not a good look. It's not cute. You can't behave like this on TV and then act all oblivious when persons are leaving comments under your social media. And it's not excusing death threats or anything like that that they may receive. But it's like in life, you can't be shitty to people and then expect good behavior. So you can't be a bitch on TV to millions of viewers, all walks of life of people seeing this, and then expect that your comment section is going to be filled with positivity. It is disgusting, and I don't know. I just feel like most of these persons on this cast doesn't really have a backbone, and for whatever reason, I wanted Zach to go harder on Janet than he did. I saw where Jasmine was telling him to continue and not hold back. I do not know what it is why these persons are so self-conscious of upsetting Janet. What does Janet have on you guys? And then it's funny enough that in season one, she usually blame everything on her pregnancy and people need to go light on her. And just the way how she was coming at Danny and even Nia. And Nia is how many months pregnant? It's just to show you she does not give a fuck. Because in season one, you could not say or even blow too hard against Janet. Because she's going to remind you that she's pregnant and you need to go easy on her, and she doesn't want to go into early labor and whatever reasons or excuses she came up with. But you're sitting across the room seeing Nia heavily pregnant, and you are basically saying and doing all what you want to do, caring zero about what it may do to her. And I know it's a reunion, and yes, it's there for you guys to talk about it. But it's funny how when you were filming season one, you wanted persons to go light on you, but now you're here sitting down all pretty much, who knows, you're probably on Ozempic, and you're sitting here acting all hard on someone that's heavily pregnant, who's close to basically having her child, and you're here going like this, and you wanted sympathy season one. I am so sorry. I was not enjoying this. I am tired of the Brit and Jax of it all. I watched the first part and I was literally honestly zoned out when the both of them were talking. I am tired of Britney and her, oh, poor me, because she got many warning signs before marriage, before child, and she literally ignored all, and she went. So I'm just tired of hearing the poor me, and the oh my god, I'm still in love, and oh, girl, at this point, go back to Jax if you want to. Because I am tired of hearing the same thing over and over from you. And for Jax, I am glad that you're no longer on the screen, on my screen anymore. For me to hear your tired ass replete of excuses that you come up with, like you keep repeating the same line over and over, like your PR team or someone tell you to take. Your way of taking accountability is basically agreeing that Britney is right, and you keep doing stuff. You're not necessarily taking accountability for anything. You have Andy basically saying, of all reunions, this is the first you've seen it. I don't know what Andy's hearing, but I'm not listening and buying anything. And I think Zach said the same thing. Like, why do people keep believing Jax? At this point, the big question should be is not why is Jax not taking accountability or why Jax cannot change. The big question is why does people keep believing what Jax says? We have what season one from season one, how many years ago that was, of Jack's every reunion. Oh, I'm in therapy. Oh, I'm taking accountability. Oh, you're right. Oh my God, my behavior is horrible. Oh my God, I'm going to change. I'm on the journey of changing. We're in 2025 and it's the same tired ass line he keeps repeating, and persons are still buying into that bullshit. And I'm just happy that based on feedback, because I don't believe the network really wanted to remove him or he removed himself. They decided to get rid of him because we, the audience, are tired of hearing the same bullshit over and over. Because clearly the persons around him are buying into the bullshit. But we, the audience, are tired of hearing that same fuckery over and over again. So they literally have him no longer a part of the show. And I'm thankful for that. No, we just need two more persons off the show, Bravo. We need Janet and Jason off the show. I don't really think they need bring anything. We don't know anything about their life. If you notice, we are now on the second part, and next week is the last part. There's not a segment regarding Jason and Janet's personal life. because there was nothing about it shown. Their segment is about other people's business, not theirs. So that shows you they themselves have nothing going on in their life, but they act as if like they do, or they are perfect. And you guys don't even have a segment for yourself because your segment is pretty much you involving yourself in person's business. And that should speak to the execs. We don't need these people. Fuck needing persons to move story along. Other persons can do that shit. And we don't really need stories to move along. You guys have a fucking producer in every scene telling them what to discuss in a scene. We don't necessarily need stories to be moved along or need a Janet to move any story along or bring no drama because all she does is just make us, the audience, more angry. And then Jason calling Danny a douchebag. You can see he was sitting and waiting on the perfect moment to just amp up. From the reunion started, they were just waiting for this segment and just waiting for him to say all of the lines that Janet wrote for him. Because I myself do not understand what is the reason. I don't know the reason. I'm watching the show and I'm like, I'm just happy for it to be the last parts of the season, and I'm praying to God season 3 does not bring back the same tired ass drama from season 2, because I don't want to hear anything more. And I know Janet ending this season, this episode, saying that something again happened at the Super Bowl, and she's just creating stories after stories after stories. I'm tired, and if it's even true, I am still tired. I don't want to hear about it. I am tired. I do not want to hear anything more about Danny and what they are doing and what he does when he drinks. When all of y'all drink and do some fucked up shit on camera, and y'all are talking about shit that goes on off show. No one is discussing what happens on camera. No one is discussing how Janet basically behaved at that bar and then she blames it on the alcohol and it was just slid under the rug and we're on to the next. But we're here over and over repeating something that happened off camera where we, the audience, are not privy to see exactly what took place, just hearsay. I don't know. They need some shakeup. They need some changes. They need something to revive this show because if they think that's getting rid of Jax and bringing in Sheena is going to make the show more lighter and more enjoyable to watch, they have another thing coming. Because based on what I'm seeing on part 2 of this reunion, and clearly it's going to roll over into part 3, this show is still dark. And during that segment, we did not have a chime in from Jax, and it was still dark. So I don't see where removing Jax alone is going to make the show a bit lighter. But chime in the comment sections below your thoughts were on the reunion part 2. Who else do you think needs to be removed from this show? Or do you think the cast is good as gold? No pun intended. But remember, guys, to comment, remember to like the video and to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.